This tutorial will show you how to calculate the sample variance. What measure variability? It's not enough to know the center of the data, but we also need a measure of variability, how spread out the data values are. Data sets can have the same center but vastly different amounts of variation. For example, we have here 3 different data sets. They have the same center, that all are centered around the value of 0, but they have different amounts of variability. That's why it's important to report not only the center, but a measure of variability. Commonly used measure of variability is called variance. It's a measure of the variation about the mean. So we have the sample variance here we denote by s squared. We're going to use that to estimate the population variance, which we denote by sigma squared. So to calculate s squared, you have to know the sample mean x bar. You also have to know the sample size, small n. So for instance, if we have the data set 1, 3, and 5, to find the sample variance, first we need to find the sample mean. Here the sample mean is 3. Next, we can find the sample variance. We take each data value, subtract the sample mean, and square that difference. Then we're going to add up all those squared differences. So here we do 1 minus 3, where 3 is the sample mean, square that. Then we do 3 minus 3, square that. And we do 5 minus 3, square that. Then we're going to add up all those squared differences. So we end up with 4 plus 4, and we're going to divide by sample size minus 1. Here the sample size is 3, so we're going to divide by 2. So we get a sample variance of 4. It's important to know that for variance, the units are going to be the units you had for the data squared. Here, the data was measured in inches, so the variance is 4 inches squared. Commonly, we report the standard deviation, which is just the square root of the variance, because the units for the standard deviation would be the same units as the original data set. So here the standard deviation would be the square root of 4, which is 2, so we'd have 2 inches as our standard deviation. What's great is that the sample variance is an unbiased estimator of the population variance. We're going to talk about that more next time though. Hold your excitement.